Don't let the new name on the front fool you. This is just a case of brand new look, same great taste. We would have previously just called this an Impact 311 here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. But to kind of clarify things for clients, the Fuzion Impact group has just decided to put the name Fuzion on everything, and then below the word Fuzion you see Impact Edition. So this is a neat thing. This is for people like, look, I want something really high class. I want something that is built, and I want something that's gonna last. But I also don't want something massive. That's exactly where this one comes in right here. A quick look with the slide closed here reveals that although you cannot access the upper deck, you can walk in that door, you can get over here to your kitchen cabinet, get to your sink area, and you can get to your seating and refrigerator. And as we flip around in just a second, you'll see you can also pass through to the garage if you need to make a quick stop. Flipping us around the other way, you see that sliding garage door right there. That'll slide open, so there's no like swinging doors that'll get in your way or anything. We have easy refrigerator access. You can get over here to the cabinetry. Theoretically, you could stop somewhere and catch up on your favorite shows with the TV's positioning, but probably not something you're going to do. So if you need to stop, you need to get a sandwich, you can do that. One of the things people are going to say is, yeah, what about sleeping? Theoretically, depending on what you have loaded in that garage, you do have those Happy Jack power lift beds back there that you could utilize. And if the camera gets a little foggy every now and then, it is cold, and you're probably just seeing my breath. Speaking of which, let's start back here in that kind of sleeper mode. You've got a very conventional sort of like queen bed above queen bed kind of situation. The bottom bed is obviously the rollover theater style sleeper sofa thing here. But what's nice is it does have a ladder to get up there. Now they kind of standardized their ladder use. So in a floor plan like this, with a shorter garage, you might notice how the ladder doesn't exactly hook onto the bunk. But the thing is, that ladder is not going anywhere because of this 10-foot garage and that extra long ladder. It actually anchors directly against the garage to living area kind of bulkhead wall, effectively. And what that means is that thing is rock solid. It is not going anywhere. So if you need to, you can do some extra bonus sleeping back here at any time. And while it is pretty cool, you can use these as, frankly, a very effective alternative bunkhouse, or just like, you know, good for buddy camping. There's space for multiple adults to sleep here, not just for kids. You do want to know what you can put into it. Between the dovetail, the 9 heavy-duty tie-downs, and the 10-foot garage, most like motorcycles, golf carts, things like that are going to fit in here. It doesn't fit like a lot of side-by-sides. I get that. Not every toy hauler needs to be built for every single toy. Different things are built for different purposes, and that's why we carry different floor plans here at Haylett RV. But you do see that you have control over how much height or width you have for loading purposes. And before we drop everything down, I do also want to note that you have TV hookups back here, as well as washer-dryer hookups. So if you are looking to do some of that more kind of seasonal full timing, but you just want your own sort of like built-in 3-seasons room and patio, that is yet another way that you can use these toy haulers. You know, they kind of convert to a neat little kind of 3-seasons room back here, as we're about to see. Because if you drop down those sofas, but leave that bed up like we've done here, you can convert this thing to a cool, almost like second living room area. Now, if you take a look at those benches, the one on the left is more of like a 3-adult seating situation. The one on the right-hand side has that sort of like theater seat style, you know, back seat of a quad cab pickup, fold-down armrest right there with some handy cup holders. And the table, fully free-floating. You want to float it under the rear patio here, out on the porch, or over on the, you know, campsite patio deck, you can do that. Now, we've already talked about the washer-dryer hookup, so I don't think I need to belabor that point, but I love that big campsite window, and the fact that you have a full viewing window within the main entry door. If I get some motion going on here, you can actually see everything moving outside. I just wish it was a little sunnier and a little warmer. Now, this RV's layout in the living room here, it's a little different. It's a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll, I suppose. I think there was a song that went that way. But it makes a lot of sense. Now, the decor is also similarly very polarizing. People either really like this decor, or they really don't. I haven't really found a whole lot of in between. It seems to be like one person's like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, for every person, well, every 3 people who are like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. So let's start with entertainment. We're going to see this in more detail in just a second. We have this like 4-seat recliner party couch here. And you might notice how there's no carpet, no floor vents through this RV. It is easy cleaning as they come, even here in the upper deck. Our big screen TV is located on a downward pivoted angle directly across from that sofa so that everybody gets easy viewing of the entertainment center. What's also kind of cool, because it is up so high, but it is downward angled to make it easy on you. If somebody comes in the door, they're not really like interfering with your viewing. Note that you have a full viewing window in that main entry door as long as we're talking about viewing. And from there, you notice the door's kind of in the middle of the kitchen, and it's weird, but it works. Starts with some handy plywood full extension drawers right below what I'm going to call the coffee maker corner right there. I think that's the perfect place for it. But toasters, other appliances work very well there. Easy reach entertainment unit as well, and that is still DVD. A lot of brands have dropped DVD support in recent years, it seems. I think there's a lot of times, especially in a toy hauler, when you're like way off grid, when you really want the ability on like maybe a cold night or something like that, to be able to kind of bunch up with some friends and family and, you know, catch some entertainment. And you may not have good reception, whether it's TV reception or like streaming phone capability where you're at there. Note that full countertop to cabinet bottom backsplash that wraps all the way around the kitchen. And I like that extra drawer right there below the oven itself. So, you know, also take note, let me get up here a little bit closer. We have a stainless farm sink below that high-rise sprayer faucet. So this thing is about as easy cleaning as they come. Slapping that bad boy back in place, you can see you've got great prep space here between those food-grade sink covers and the stovetop. You've got a lot of prep area, and then I thought, let's close that all up and give everybody a good look at it in kind of all its glory sort of mode. You might have noticed the hardwood raised panel doors, the hidden hinges on the cabinetry. As I said when we began, this is a very well-constructed RV. It's just not the biggest fifth wheel toy hauler you've ever seen. Real quick here, I do want to really point out these huge windows. Just because this is a full toy hauler, you have this monstrously tall slide ceiling right here. And when I point straight at windows, the camera's like, dude, what are you doing? Knock it off. And it gets all dark like that, so apologies. But I wanted you to get a good look at that panoramic view that you get there. Now, over here in the slide, couple things. This sofa, well, it basically only does everything. And with it having all 4 seats, I can really kind of show it in all of its capacity. First of all, it comes with a pair of these swivel side stands so that when it's not in reclining mode, those will lie flat. Perfect little place to enjoy like a little Dinofa situation. Did you catch that motion activated lighting on the stairs over there? Very handy for morning and evening use. The stands can, as the name implies, swivel around for easy access and operation. There's some cup holders below that we'll see in a second, but notice how that's a wall hugger that can really fully recline. What is also cool here is the middle sections can recline, or you can use them as consoles, and I've kind of done a sampling of both here, and they both have household and USB outlets built right into them, which is pretty darn handy. Not to mention the fact that our cup holder ends on these give us the controls for an interior cup holder light as well as heat and massage. And if I take one more step back, when I was talking about carpetless, you notice that even that slide floor itself is carpetless. This is about as easy cleaning as they come. And I love the print on that floor. I love the wood tones they use in here. That rich brown wood tone, it is just full of life. From there, we jump upstairs to the bedroom-bathroom deck, sliding privacy door here in the hallway. And as we look around, you can see how the decor is very consistent. Some people like that, some people don't. That is why we carry different brands here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Like, if you like this decor, but you don't like the living room decor or whatever, well, they're the same. You get what I'm saying. I carry different brands that have different decors. So if you like a floor plan, but you just don't like the way that that one happens to look, we got you covered here. Great linen space right here in the bathroom. And that bottom section does open as well. I just wanted to give you a look of it open and closed. Porcelain foot flush here. So easy cleaning, not to mention just feels a little higher class. And you can see how we have a dual entry door scenario going on to either side of that upgraded king bed. That's one of the few other options that we've applied to this. It's what they call their glide-a-bed system, where the slide will actually kind of push the bed against the wall in transit, and then you can slide it back to the almost central area when you're done. dual air conditioning option on this, and that gives it about 30,000 BTUs of cooling power, which is fantastic. Cross breeze window right there. TV hookups on the wall directly across from the bed, which would be just to our right. And that accent wall in the front is beautiful. Instead of hanging closets on either side of the bed, they left it wide open to make it look and feel even larger. And what's kind of cool is, you know, that's a big 70 by 80 king bed, and it feels anything but small and cramped. There's also storage below. A set of gas struts are going to make that very easy to access, and I like to get the bed out of the way so that you can see that, like, there's no ankle breaking step of death down here, there's no floor vents or anything. It's, again, easy to manage kind of RV. And when I hop over to the other corner of the bedroom, it gives us a better look at this big storage slide out that we have over here. There's 4 doors, all of which are mirrored. You can see the hanging rods up there. But down below, there's also a set of deep dresser drawers. So they really they don't waste anything. Everything is utilized to the greatest of its capacity. And the fact that they put the drawers there kind of raises what you would call the floor of the closet up, which in a sense makes it yet another sort of storage shelf. A great place to like fold up some sweaters or some jeans or what have you. And just so you can see it in its entirety, I thought I'd go ahead and close those doors up. What's nice is the mirrors on those doors really help reflect a lot of light around, plus that extra little spotlight viewing window there. And I didn't mention it previously, but the side stands on either side of the bed, you can see a little bit better now, do have those handy household outlets. So if you have, you know, alarms, fans, phone chargers, anything like that, it's going to be, you know, really friendly for modern camping applications. Below our bed and bath deck, we have our pass-through compartment. Pretty good size, considering the size of the RV. Toy haulers are not necessarily known for having the largest pass-through compartments, but this is a really well-detailed one. One of the things that you might have missed as we moved around there, admittedly fairly quickly, was it does have a direct heat dump vent directly into that pass-through compartment. So it has a heated belly with, you know, insulation, radiant barrier, all that good stuff. We have a heated pass-through compartment. We have, you know, basically separate compartments everywhere, all of which are individually tended to give it the same hot-cold camp ratings as its big brother, like the Fuzion Luxury series. They are all going to be wide body so that you can get the bigger toys in there. And I apologize if I'm stuttering. I'm having a little time catching my breath. It's just darn cold is basically what's going on. Upgraded pin box is a nice feature. Well, not upgraded, standard pin box, but not a conventional boring pin box, I guess you could say. That Rotoflex pin box taking a lot of the shock and jump out of your towing scenarios. You can get these are standard generator ready. You can get these built with an optional generator. That is not typically how we build them here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, simply because we find a lot of people are looking for something smaller like this because they have a specific budget target in mind, although they want a higher class RV. That's sort of where this comes into play. Similarly, we like to apply power rear stabilizer jacks to this rather than a full auto leveling system, again for the idea of convenience but cost control. And I apologize if the camera is doing some wonky things. I am kind of slip sliding on ice a little bit as I go here. I would prefer this have come in when it was, you know, 80 degrees with a nice cool breeze going, but that's not what we have today. And you know, you just kind of take the good with the bad and you roll with it. That's what happens here at Haylett RV. We do best we can every single day for our clients, and that includes these videos. So a fully enclosed, privatized, protected, heated docking center. But notice you've got the little sort of like garden hose sprayer fitting end on the blue coily hose. But inside here, they also include for you like one of the cool little scorpion tail jobs. And what's neat is those can bend out and you can point those in any direction you want. So if you want to, like if you have a little bucket over here or something like that, you could have like your own little individual water spigot kind of for your own dedicated campsite. And we kind of talked about it. You're not going to be able to see very much, but again, it does have that enclosed, heated, protected basement for that extended season use. I wish the heat was on right now, but that's just not something that we have arranged. Jumping to the other side of that slide out, we see our fueling station right here. That will be shared between the actual fuel dispenser and the generator, by the way, or the gen prep as it were, since this RV that we're specifically looking at does not actually have the generator on it. Always on side mount ladder to that roof. Normally I'd like to take you up on that roof, but obviously with the weather, if I'm slip sliding around at ground level, I'm not going to take that chance up at sky level, as it were. So this is the quick set MORryde, I think it's called Fast Track 2.0 or something like that, patio system here, and I like it. Now you see how there's no rear gates on right now. That's one of the things I like about this, because if you just want the side gates in place, you can do that, but the rear gates swing open. Another thing you might have noticed here, this is an optional piece of equipment. We like to apply the retractable screen wall option to this garage back here to, again, kind of drive home that 3 seasons room concept that we have going on. There's also an awning above that, but with the weather, I didn't want to, you know, take it out, leave it out any longer than I had to. But what's also kind of cool here, you've got a really secure garage scenario going on, not just the deadbolting side door, but the fact that you have hard locking rear latches as well. I also thought it'd be kind of nice to take a look at this thing with that ramp closed so that you could see the different kind of latches that they have on here. Plus, just the graphics are nice to see. You're buying the whole thing. It's nice to see the whole thing, obviously. The different kind of latch system that they have on here, I've got that half cracked right now, so you can see it does have a padlock slot, but it does have its own key lock as well. Not to mention the fact that those handles themselves give you something to really hold onto when you are opening that ramp door. It's just a nice little touch. That's all spring assisted, by the way. It's going to be pretty darn easy to open. Big power awning clearing both doors. That's something else I like on these. There's lighting under the awning, but you might notice how there's flood load lighting above each of the main entry doors themselves, both of which are extra wide. So if you are carrying a bunch of stuff in, you know, it's simple and easy to manage. We've got the stable steps up front, which is probably going to be like your primary, you know, step zone, and those good looking kind of almost rugged off-road style aluminum rims right there, just looking absolutely fantastic. Another thing that's easy to miss, if you watch that Fuzion logo, you can see how it's kind of mirrored. It just gives it a really cool sharp look, and it adds some life to this thing. I tell you, I like what they've done here. I like the new color palette. I like the simple, well, kind of the streamlining of the naming conventions, as it were, so that you can really see the whole, like, okay, this is a member of the Fuzion family right here. And then it only gets better from there. So, if you like what you see, if you appreciate the effort we're putting in here, give us a call here at Haylett RV, whether it's hitching pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. The only thing we do is everything except for hidden dealer fees. We don't do those. Apologies for the convenience. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. I'm going to go warm up.